Good afternoon, students. Today we'll continue the topic of complex numbers. In next class, I will introduce the topic of quadratic equation. So, what is based on concept of quadratic equation is present in your class 11 textbook. So, we will do in tomorrow's class. Next, now we will discuss about the complex numbers. In yesterday's class, we have discussed about iota. What do you mean by an iota? And how we will represent with a small I. So, what was the value of small I? That I is equal to square root of minus 1, right? By using that I value, we can find the roots of any quadratic equation. Roots of any quadratic equation we can find. Why? Because actually if discriminant is greater than 0, we can find, equal to 0 we can find, but what about less than 0? If it is less than 0, square root of negative, we will get nothing but complex number, but those type of roots also we can find by using complex numbers. But now today we will discuss about modulus and conjugate of a complex number. Modulus and conjugate of a complex number. What do you mean by modulus of this? Modulus of a complex number. Actually, see, first I will tell the formula. In the next concept of Argand plane, you will understand why that modulus formula is like that. See, if complex number generally we represent with z, right? So if z is equal to a plus ib, if z is equal to a plus ib, then modulus of z, is denoted by modulus of z. So as I said, this is the modulus symbol, right? Two parallel lines at the end of that variable. So if z is equal to a plus ib, then modulus of z is denoted by this symbol and is defined as modulus of z is equal to square root of a square plus b square. So this is the formula of modulus. If z is equal to a plus ib, modulus of z is square root of a square plus b square. If, see here, if z is equal to a minus ib, then modulus of z is square root of a square plus b square only. Why? Because here a square plus b square, right? Here what is b? Minus b. Minus b whole square is nothing but b square only. Like that, if z is equal to minus a plus ib, so then modulus of z is equal to square root of a square plus b square only. Here also same formula. And again, if z is equal to minus a minus ib, then also modulus of z is equal to square root of a square plus b square only. Why this happens? Why even the changing of that signs of real part and also imaginary part, why that formula is same? So let us discuss in that Argand plane. So up to then you note down these values. And this is about modulus of a complex number. When it comes to conjugate, already in yesterday's class we have discussed, I said that conjugate, if z is equal to a plus ib, what is z bar? Z bar is nothing but conjugate. So z bar means a minus ib, nothing but what we need for conjugate means for imaginary part b we need to put negative sign. So but we should not disturb real part. And again, if z is equal to a minus ib, then what is z bar? Z bar is a plus ib. If z is equal to minus a plus ib, then z bar is minus a minus ib. Minus a we should not disturb, for b only we need to disturb. Next, if z is equal to minus a minus ib, then what? Z bar is equal to minus a minus ib. Check kar lo. We should not disturb a, we have to disturb a, b, so that's why it will become plus ib. So very simple concept this conjugate is, for that b you put negative sign, that's it. So this is about conjugate. The properties of conjugate also yesterday I have written, like z1 z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar into z2 bar, like that z1 plus z2 nothing but plus or minus z bar is equal to z1 bar plus or minus z2 bar, nothing but plus means plus, minus means minus. Again z1 by z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar by z2 bar. So these are the properties of conjugate. But when it comes to properties of modulus, properties of modulus. Z1 Z2 multiplication of two conjugate modulus is two complex number modulus is equal to modulus of Z1 into modulus of Z2. So both will get same value. And again Z1 by Z2 whole modulus is equal to Z1 modulus by Z2 modulus. So these will be these are the properties of modulus also. See, pause the video to note it down. This is very important information. Why? Because based on this modulus and conjugate, you may get 1 mark or 2 marks question. So pause the video to note it down. Now we learn Argand plane and polar representation. What do you mean by Argand plane? See, up to now you know two-dimensional plane. Otherwise, you will consider as a coordinate geometry, right? That two-dimensional plane. What do you mean by two-dimensional plane? Two-dimensional plane means actually you will have two axes, right? Which are mutually perpendicular lines will form that two-dimensional axis, right? Now, what do you mean by Argand plane? See, actually two-dimensional plane means, see here, two-dimensional, this is two-dimensional plane. So these two lines are mutually perpendicular lines. This axis we will consider as x-axis, this as y-axis. So this one we will consider as center or horizon. Center or horizon we will consider. Next points on x-axis we will consider as 1, 0, 2, 0 like that. The points on y-axis we will consider as 0, 1 and 0, 2 like that. Here negative x-axis x dash, positive x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis. Right? So this is about two-dimensional plane. Two-dimensional plane. Now when we will consider it as Argand plane? If we implement complex numbers, into two-dimensional plane to each and every point, then that plane will become Argand plane. If we implement, you can also make it out. If we implement complex numbers to the two-dimensional plane to each and every point, then that plane will consider as Argand plane. In that Argand plane, x-axis in two-dimensional plane, but in Argand plane we will consider this as real axis. This y-axis in two-dimensional plane will be called as imaginary axis in Argand plane. We will consider as imaginary axis. Here in two-dimensional plane, that center or we will consider as horizon. Why that? That 0, 0 point. In that Argand plane, this center we will consider as pole. Pole also you can consider, or center or horizon, but specifically this point we will consider as pole. So this is real axis, this is imaginary axis. On real axis, x-axis values only will be there. On imaginary axis, y-axis values will be there. But for example, if I take a point on x-axis like 1, 0, as while mentioning point it is 1, 0 only. But what does it mean means, in terms of complex number is 1 plus 0i. 1 plus 0i. In terms of a plus ib or x plus iy form, so x value is equal to 1, y value is equal to 0. Right? Next, if we take 2, 0 point, that literally means 2 plus 0i complex number. Right? If we take 0, 1 point, that means 0 plus 1 into I. Why? Because x value 0, y value 1, x plus iy form or a plus ib form. Next, if we take 2, 5 point, for example, if you take 2, 5 point guys, if you take 2, 5 point, so distance from here to here is 5, right? Distance from this pole to this point is 2, right or not? Distance from this pole to this is 2, this is 5, right? So that's why this point is 2, 5. If it is 2, 5, in terms of complex number, how we can write? In terms of complex number, x plus iy form, what is x value? 2 plus I into y value is 5. So the any point in that Argand plane we can convert into complex numbers. That is 2 plus i5 I into 5 or 5 into I. 1 comma 0 we can write as 1 plus 0i. 0 comma 1 we can write as 0 plus 1i. And again minus 2 comma 3 also you can write as minus 2 plus 3i. In that form also you can write, right? Now, so from this argand plane, how we can implement that modulus here? If we observe, this is straight line and this is a straight line. Here we will get right angle triangle, right? If it is right angle triangle, distance from this pole to this point P, for example, distance from pole to that point P, OP is nothing but, for example, if we consider this as OAP, OP is nothing but square root of OA square plus AP square, right or not? According to right angle triangle, OP is equal to OA square root of OA square plus AP square. Here what is OP? OP is equal to square root of what is OA square? Nothing but 2 square plus what is AP square? AP means only distance. What is that? 5 square. Now here this OP, if we form a circle here, so that one we can consider this as a radius, right? And again another thing, if it is 2 comma 5, OP value is square root of 2 square plus 5 square. Are you understanding? Now, see, if I consider a point like this is 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 2. If I take the point minus 2 comma 5, minus 2 comma 5. So this distance how much? When it comes to distance is 5 and this distance is 2. So again this value is square root of 2 square plus 5 square. So like that, from this point if we make a circle, so point here, what is this point here? Nothing but this point, right? Sorry. And again this point. Are you understanding? So this point 2 comma 5, this point minus 2 comma 5, this point minus 2 comma minus 5, this point 2 comma minus 5. But if you observe, radiuses will be same or not? Radius, that means distance from this pole to P, this one to P, this one to P1, this is P0, P1, P2, P3. Distances from pole to that point is equal or not? That means, so that's why if Z is equal to A plus IB also, modulus of Z is square root of A square plus B square. If Z is equal to A minus IB also, modulus of Z is equal to square root of A square plus B square only. So that's why this distance we will consider as R, nothing but radius of a circle. That radius of a circle we can also call as modulus of Z, which gives 2 square plus 5 square. So this distance from pole to that point, pole to any complex number, that we will consider as modulus. Simply modulus of Z is nothing but distance from pole to Z. Distance from pole to Z. Modulus of Z is nothing but distance from pole to Z. As always we will consider distance as positive. Square root means we will get plus or minus, but always we will consider plus. Why? Because this is modulus of Z and also we will consider it as radius. Radius means always it should be positive. So this is about argand plane and again related to modulus of Z. Pause the video to note it down. Next we will discuss about polar representation. That concept is the heart of this complex numbers concept. Why? Because based on the polar representation they are going to ask 3 marks question as per previous syllabus and previous weightage. Pause the video to note it down. Now polar representation of a complex number. Nothing but that complex number only will represent in terms of polar representation. How means, see for example, so as it is an argand plane, did you understand the difference between argand plane and the 2-dimensional plane? In argand plane, x-axis we will consider as real axis, this as imaginary axis, this as pole. Any point in this plane we can convert into complex number, right? See for example, if I consider a point x comma y, that is nothing but distance from, for example, if it is O and this is A and this is B. Distance from O to A is nothing but x according to this point. Distance from A to B is nothing but y according to that point. Now what about the distance from this pole to B? Is nothing but r modulus of z as per previous concept, right? The distance from pole to the B is nothing but modulus of z. That z is nothing but x comma y point. So that we will consider as either r or modulus. That r modulus we will consider as square root of x square plus y square. That point is x comma y. That point is a comma b. That r modulus of z is equal to square root of a square plus b square. If that point is 2 comma 3, then modulus of z is equal to square root of 2 square plus 3 square, right? Now from this, how we will represent that x plus iy? So actually, if it is x comma y, what may be the z? You tell me. X plus iy, right? If it is x comma y means x plus iy. Now from this, if I consider OA as initial rate, for example, if it transforms to like this up to here with some angle theta, then according to this, what is sin theta, what is cos theta? Tell me guys, what is sin theta? Sin theta means according to that OAO HHA, what is sin, what is cos? Sin means opposite by hypotenuse. For that theta, what is opposite? Opposite is y divided by hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? Either r or z. See here, I will consider as r. Next, cos theta, adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is x divided by hypotenuse is r. Now from these two equations, what we can write? Y equal to r sin theta, right? Here x equal to r cos theta. Understanding? What you got? Y equal to r sin theta, x equal to r cos theta. Now these two we will substitute in this equation. Let us see what we get. Z is equal to x plus r cos theta plus y plus what we need to substitute? R sin theta plus I into r sin theta. Now from these two, what we can take common? R we can take common. R common means cos theta plus I sin theta. Here we can write r modulus of z. Both are same. R modulus of z, that is nothing but square root of x square plus y square. This is nothing but a polar representation of complex number. Polar representation of a complex number. But if you observe, in this we have some minimum conditions to write z is equal to r of cos theta plus I sin theta. See here, theta we have write. Theta is nothing but an angle. Which angle? Positive angle or negative angle? Positive angle. And the two, when we are discussing about that theta should have such conditions that nothing but the range of that theta. When comes to here, theta should lies between minus 180 degrees to 180 degrees. Theta should lies between minus 180 to 180 when considering this polar representation, or nothing but theta should be greater than minus pi, less than or equal to pi. These values only we need to substitute here. See, it should not be greater than minus 180, should not be less than minus pi. Then this theta we will consider as principal argument of z. Principal argument of z, or argument of z, or principal amplitude of z. Principal amplitude of z, or simply ARGZ. Understanding? See, polar representation of a complex number is z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta, right? Which is in the form of either z is equal to x plus iy or a plus ib, like that. But while writing theta value, the theta value should be always in between minus 180 to 180 degrees. Then that theta will consider principal argument of z, or principal amplitude of z also you can write, or simply ARG of z. This is nothing but what? Theta. In this range only it should be there. See how they will ask questions is like for example, see I will tell one example. If z is equal to what we need to take, if z is equal to 1 plus I root 3, 1 plus I root 3, they will give one complex number. Based on this they will ask to find modulus, conjugate and argument of z, nothing but argz, right? See, to find modulus, see from this given complex number they will ask to find modulus or conjugate or principal argument. How they will ask means principal argument. Principal argument or arg, nothing but both are same, no need to confuse. So this is for 1 or 2 marks. But based on this z is equal to 1 plus iy, they will ask to write in terms of polar representation. That also you will find. If you do these three or four methods, definitely you will understand the total exercise how to simplify. So this is z, right? To find modulus, what we need to have formula square root of x square plus y square or a square plus b square. What is x here? X is equal to 1 square plus y value root 3 whole square, which is nothing but square root of 1 square 1 plus 3 square root of 4, which is equal to 2. Don't write plus or minus 2. Why? Because modulus of z should be always positive. Why? Because that is distance from pole to that complex number. So you need to write 2 on plus. Next, conjugate. Conjugate of z, which you will represent with z bar, which is equal to 1 minus I root 3. Why? Because given 1 plus I root 3, conjugate is 1 minus I root 3. Now, how to find argument? How to find argument? Nothing but theta we need to find. Nothing but theta we need to find. So, we know, see here we have written sin theta is equal to y by r, cos theta is equal to x by r, right? So, if you substitute those values, you will get. See, if you compare this given complex number with x plus iy, what is x value 1? What is y value root 3? What is r value 2? If you substitute those, you will get. See, sin theta is equal to y by r. What is y value here? Root 3. Root 3 by r value 2. Here cos theta is equal to x by r. X value 1, r value 2. So that means what is sin theta is equal to sin pi by 3, nothing but sin 60. Here cos theta is equal to cos pi by 3 cos 60. Here both thetas are same. So therefore theta is equal to what? Pi by 3, nothing but 60 degrees. So this is what we will consider as principal argument of z. Principal argument of z, or nothing but argz is equal to pi by 3. So this is about argument of z. Here one thing you need to remember while considering theta, while finding theta, one thing you need to remember very carefully. So given 1 plus I root 3, nothing but if we compare into the form of x plus iy, both x and y values are positive or not? In this question particularly, both are positive or not? In which quadrant? In which quadrant both are positive? In which quadrant both are positive? First quadrant. First quadrant means whatever we will get theta, that only we need to write. Whatever we will get theta, that only we need to write. Remember. When it comes to second quadrant, we need to take pi minus theta. We need to take pi minus theta. For example, if we got theta pi by 3, if we got, for example. But see, simply I am telling. Here if it is, for example, minus 1 plus I root 3 you take. Minus 1 plus I root 3. For example, if you got pi by 3, what we need to take? Pi minus pi by 3 you need to take. Why? Because here x value negative, y value positive. X value negative, y value positive. In that case, that theta what we will get, that you need to do pi minus theta. If it is third quadrant, you need to take theta minus pi, remember. If it is in terms of quadrant, fourth quadrant, we need to take minus theta. See, this is very important to write the polar representation. To write polar representation. So you need to remember this very carefully. See, once again I will write, then you can understand very easily. If it is in first quadrant, according to the given complex number, you need to consider theta. Whatever you get, that only answer. If it is second quadrant, pi minus theta you need to consider. Third quadrant means theta minus pi. Fourth quadrant is minus theta. So this one you need to remember while simplifying principal polar representation or argument of Z. Now, if this same question as 1 plus I root 3, if they ask you to represent in terms of polar form, so polar, we know that polar form. What is that? Polar form is nothing but Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta. See, as I said, this is a polar representation or polar form. Both are same meaning. Here the Z is equal to R. What is R? 2 into cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. So this is nothing but a polar form or polar representation of given Z, which is equal to 1 plus I root 3. So this is for 3 marks. For 3 marks, how they will ask means Z is equal to 1 plus I root 3. Represent in the form of represent in the polar form, they will ask. Represent in the polar form. Polar form is Z is equal to R cos theta plus I sin theta. But to find R, what we need to find? Modulus. To find theta, what we need to find? Argument. So if you want to do that, if you want to get the 3 marks, what you need to find? You need to find modulus and also argument. Both that modulus and argument, if you substitute in that polar form, so that is our required final polar form. So this is about the example. So next another question I will do, then you will get a very clarity about the polar representation or polar form. Then easily you can get 1 mark and 1 mark or 2 marks, and also with respect to that you will get again 3 marks also. Pause the video to note it down. This is very important example. See, this example is also there in your textbook. The question is convert the complex number minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3 into polar form. Into what? Polar form. What is the polar form? That Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta, where theta should be belongs to minus 180 degrees to equal to 180 degrees. In that range only that theta should be there. See, first of all, if you observe this, this is not in terms of perfect complex number. Perfect complex number means x plus iy form or a plus ib form. But this one we cannot separate like x plus iy. For example, if it is in the form of 1 plus I root 3 by 16, we can write as 1 by 16 plus I into root 3 by 16, which is in the form of a plus ib. But minus 16 by this one we cannot write, right? That one we cannot write in terms of a plus ib form. So what we need to do? So we need to multiply and divide with this 1 minus I root 3. See, let Z is equal to minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3. So in order to get into perfect complex number form, so what we need to do? Multiply and divide with this opposite, nothing but conjugate. We need to multiply conjugate of this. So Z is equal to minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3 into 1 minus I root 3 by 1 minus I root 3. And another thing you remind, in terms of complex number, I should not be in denominator. I should not be in denominator. If I is in denominator, what you need to do? You need to do multiply conjugate like this, right? So Z is equal to minus 16 into 1 is minus 16, minus into plus is minus into minus is plus 6, I into 16 root 3, I into 16 root 3 divided by. If you observe this, this is in the form of a plus ib into a minus ib. Yesterday, previous class we have discussed that formula. Generally, a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. But when it comes to complex numbers, a plus ib into a minus ib, which gives a square plus b square. So here this is 1 square plus root 3 whole square, which gives z is equal to minus 16 plus I into 16 root 3 divided by 1 square plus 3 is nothing but 4. So this one we can write minus 4 plus I into 4 root 3. How? If we take 4 common and simplify, we will get minus 4 plus 4i root 3. If we compare given z is minus 4 plus 4 I root 3 or I into 4 root 3 with general form of complex number. General form of complex number. Z is equal to x plus iy. If we compare with this form, z is equal to x plus iy, therefore x is equal to what? Minus 4. Y is equal to what? 4 root 3. We got x value and y value. Now from this z only you need to identify this complex number is in which quadrant? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. If you observe, x value negative, y value positive. X value negative, y value positive. This is negative x axis, this is positive y axis. Nothing but in second quadrant. In second quadrant means what we need to do? Pi minus theta for argument. Right? So that you are going to understand now. So as you got x value and y value, what is modulus of z? Modulus of z which is equal to r, which is equal to modulus of z is equal to square root of x square plus y square. This is the formula. Square root of x square minus 4 whole square plus square root of 4 root 3 whole square. So which results? Square root of 4 square, this is 16 plus 4 square, 16 into 3. So here we will get 64, square root of 64 is equal to what? 8. Therefore what we got? R is equal to modulus of z is equal to 8 we got. Now what we need to find is argument of z, nothing but principal argument of z we need to find, right? To find that, what was the formula? See, cos theta is equal to x by r and sin theta is equal to x by r. Sorry, sin theta equal to y by r. You know, according to this you can find, but we have another shortcut formula. See, if we find cos theta and sin theta, both values we need to find. That means double time it will take. But instead of doing sin theta and cos theta, directly you can find tan theta, which is equal to y by x. Check kar lo. Sin by cos is nothing but y by r by x by r cancel, y by x. Now what do you mean by theta here? Carefully see. Theta equal to tan inverse of y by r. Tan inverse of y by r, nothing but here in terms of tan. If we send to that side, the tan will become inverse of y by r. So if you did not understand that, we leave it like that. This one you remember, that is tan theta equal to y by x. To find what? To find principal argument. Sir, I don't know what is tan theta value. Can we go for cos theta and sin theta as per previous one? You can. But this is simple. Tan theta is equal to y by x. So you find this tan theta is equal to, what is y value? Y value 4 root 3, x value minus 4. So 4 root 3 by minus 4, which gives tan theta is equal to minus root 3. So tan theta is equal to minus root 3 in terms of tan. That is tan pi by 3. Tan pi by 3. Now here tan, what we got? Tan we got negative, right? Tan we got negative here. Tan negative in which quadrants? Which quadrants? Fourth and second. Fourth and second. But according to this complex number, minus and plus, in which quadrant it is there? In second quadrant. So forget about fourth. Second quadrant, what we need to do? Pi minus theta. Here what is theta? Theta is pi by 3. Therefore what we need to do? Tan theta is equal to tan pi minus theta. Pi minus pi by 3. Pi minus pi by 3. What we will get? Tan theta is equal to tan 2 pi by 3. Therefore theta is equal to 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 correct or not? Correct only. Why? Because 2 pi by 3 is nothing but 120 degrees. 120 degrees is lies between minus 180 to 180, right? So theta we got correct, modulus we got correct. Therefore polar form of z is r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Cos theta plus I sin theta, which is equal to, what is r value we got? 8 into cos theta, cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by. So this is our required polar form. See, by using this concept, easily we can get 3 marks question, right? Or and also we may get 1 or 2 marks question also. First they will be on complex number. If complex number is in this form, x plus iy, no need to convert, no need to simplify anything. If it is not in complex number form, we need to simplify. If they are given directly like 1 plus I root 3, so these steps will be deleted directly from here, you can simplify. See, after identifying that complex number, you take x and y value, you find modulus, root of x square plus y square. You find principal augment of z, nothing but tan theta equal to y by x. According to that x and y values, so you need to take that theta, right? So pause the video to note it down. So this is about today's class. See, after listening the class, write down the notes properly and maintain the notes regularly without leaving any classes. You write down all the classes notes and also assignments in notes only, not in rough book. See, after this class, I will give assignment of exercise 3.2. Exercise about this chapter, sorry, 5th chapter is exercise 5.2, which is based on finding principal arguments and modulus, and also finding converting into polar form. Hope everyone understood the class. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Have a nice day.